Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and we're moving on with more stuff on the 68, and we're actually getting close to finishing up, but we need to come back and talk about the Tri-Spark in a part 2 here on the Tri-Spark with a little bit more detail on what's going on with this. We had a subscriber mention something that brought something to our attention, and we came up with something and found something that was kind of misleading, and we're going to try to clear it up with this video. So the Tri-Spark unit here, down here, we're going to start off with the books right now. We got two different books here.
Yeah, this is the later one. This one was version 2, July 2023. This was an earlier version that we had bought on a different ignition. We got 3 or 4 of these. And this one was revised September 2021. Okay. Now, it was brought to everybody's attention that this page was wrong. And then they told people to go to their website and go into the technical section and get the revised settings. Now the revised settings show these two, okay? Which I never set any of these up with the revised settings. I just knew that this was wrong. This early one is actually really close to being correct. The only thing they messed up with is they got 2 words wrong. This should say clockwise, and this should say, where is it? Somewhere where they tell it to turn the other direction. Right here. And where it says to turn clockwise, this one should say clockwise, and this should be changed to anti-clockwise. Or you could follow this one and put clockwise up here, and everything would have been correct. Because how this works is, for a clockwise motor, you turn this all the way clockwise, and then which should be this direction. Then after you get that, you have the ignition switch on. And it says it says here that the LED should be on, and you rotate it anti-clockwise till it goes out. Well, it doesn't work that way. I don't know what, I can't follow that. So I'm going to turn the key on, and I'm going to show you. We're going to reset this. Right now, it's setting on the timing spot. Right now, it would fire if we was to kick it over and run it.
Just like we left off on the last video.
This is right where we set it before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this up. We're going to turn it all the way clockwise. Okay? Now, what it's telling us to do right now, it's telling us this light's supposed to be on right now, and it's supposed to continue to be on until it goes out by turning it counterclockwise. Well, it doesn't work that way. It stays off until you get to the trigger point in here. The magnet hits the trigger point behind here, and it turns the light on. That fires both coils. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to turn this
Clockwise.
Counterclockwise. We're going to start turning a little bit of, you watch the light.
Yep, you're going back. Yep.
Counterclockwise. Just till the light comes right there. Now we're going to back it back up. I know where it's at. Off. Just till it comes on. Right there. Now you lock it down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to back this up. You turn the wheel backwards. Okay, it went out. Now it'd be like kicking it over. But in this case, we're going to do it just a little bit at a time until the light just pops on, which is what it would do when you kick it over. Right there.
Right there.
Now, if you go on the other side, you're going to see that the timing marks line up.
Yeah.
It's going to work just like it's supposed to.
Yeah. And then I guess this is in a way, this is us telling you how to set it up, because according to the instructions,
both of these instruction booklets, this pages are both wrong. I'm thinking about sending an email to Stephen Kelly and asking him about this, because this is clearly. This is the first one I've set up since they revised these instructions. And I've set these up for years, and this is how they set up, and this is how they run. And I guarantee you don't have to turn it an extra 2 millimeters like they're talking about. The reason you'd have to do that is because you're setting it on the other side of the trigger point, and you're on the wrong side of the magnet, and that's on the rotor.
And didn't want to fire at the right time.
It's not going to fire. So then you got to start it, and you got to move it a long ways to bring it in. I'll guarantee you right now, I'll start this bike, and the timing will be just about spot on, and we won't have to retime it.
We're just not in a position to do that right now.
No.
Otherwise we would now live.
No, it's like really cold outside, and we're not going to start it in here.
We got record lows right now. So, yeah. Well, maybe like soon here in the future, the spring comes along, we'll get starting this bike up soon anyway. But, God, I hope we really cleared this up. So, I was reading this off in the last video, part 1. I was reading it off, and he kind of like...
I just went and did my thing.
Okay, because you knew what you were doing without having to read it. I was just trying to like...
I just knew it had to go clockwise and then turn counterclockwise till the light came on. I didn't know it was supposed to be light. It doesn't work like they say. The light is never always on. It only pops on when you go by the magnet, and that's it. And then it's off. If it was on all the time, I don't know how it can do that. So
anyway, I hope we cleared up that to our comment subscriber that commented, and I think he was mentioning that he was having problems getting it started, but you set it up like this, I'm pretty sure that you'll get it first kick, and then you'll be good to go.
I mean, anybody that tries to set this up like this, they'd be thinking there's something wrong, because right away it says here the LED should be on, and it isn't. When you go fully clockwise, when you're at fully, and it tells you to set it up fully at your fully advanced setting, and that's what we were. The light is not on when you're fully clockwise. When the rotor is in the correct location, how you're supposed to line it up and put it on the mark. See there, the clockwise and the deal right there.
Right.
And it's perfect. And I can tell you right now that there's issues with their instructions. This page is wrong. This page is closer, but it's reversed.
Right. So like,
if you'd follow this one for a Triumph, it would work. Follow this one for a Norton, it would work. Because it's backwards.
All right. I think we cleared it up. I know it's kind of a short video, but oh well. We got to the point and kind of explained the situation here. So we got the cover back on, ready to go on to some more stuff here on the bike. We got it's been a day or so, and we got since the last segment there you just seen. But we got the email back from what was his name? Stephen Kelly. And anyway, he goes on to say a little bit of a comment here, but doesn't really go into detail. But
he says that, thank you for your feedback. We're currently doing a video on how to do this procedure, and it will show any errors in the paperwork.
Okay, so TriSpark has their own stream of videos or whatever that they got going on. But for our sake here and our viewers and stuff, we just wanted to clarify that we did follow up with him and talk about it. And it sounds like there's an error, and he's going to try to correct it. So I think we've discovered the error, and I think we can figure out why a lot of people who have these just can't get it to set up right. And I think we cleared it all by showing how we do it in our video here. So anyways, we're going to get finishing up on the Triumph here. We got a little bit left to do. As you can tell in this video, you saw the exhaust on. Otherwise we got some more stuff to do. That video will be coming up soon. Maybe a couple more videos and this bike will be done. But I hope this helped out everybody. Really cleared up the muddy water here with this. So anyway, we'll see you again soon. And thanks for watching.